Hi again and welcome to another Explore Tulsa. This week we start with deals on wheels.
Then we check out the real muscle behind classic cars.
Followed by a tasty treat born in the city of brotherly love.
Plus we see what the Stork plans for his next trip to T-Town.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. We're very happy to have you with us for this week's Explore Tulsa. Stevie, what are you doing?
I'm getting my contact in that I got from Dr. Robert Zellner's and Associates, so I'll be ready to check out all the hot rides at Dr. Z's new auto auction.
Wait a minute, you mean the same eye doctor folks have been using for years is in the car business?
Oh yeah, and he's just opened up a brand new auto auction that is very sweet and full of all the latest technology in the auto auction industry.
Back in 1999, I bought an auto auction in Tulsa. I renamed it Tulsa Auto Auction, and I had it up until 2005. A company came into town and said, "We'd like to buy your auction." I said, "Well, it's not for sale." And they said, "So, we still want to buy your auction." So ultimately, they paid me enough money and I said, "Okay." Well, as soon as I sold it, I had seller's remorse. Because I love the auction business. I got involved in the auction business because I became good friends with a lot of the car dealers in town because I vacationed with them. You see, I advertised, as you may know that already in Tulsa, for my optometric practice. And if you advertised enough with certain companies, they would take you on these trips. And they'd be exotic locales around the world. So a lot of times I'd sign up and go, "Well, sure, I want to go to Germany, I want to go to Hawaii, I want to go to Portugal, wherever you're going, right?" And so everybody on the trip would be from Tulsa, and there'd be people that advertised a lot. Well, if you think about it, who advertises a lot in town? A couple guys. So on this trip, my wife and I, we would be some of the only few people that could be friends with everybody, because the Ford guys would be over here, giving the skunk eye to the Chevy guys over here, be giving the skunk eye to the, you know how it is. I'm really an entrepreneur, trapped in an optometrist body. So I get Shark Tanked a lot. People find out you're an entrepreneur. So that show Shark Tank, I go, that is my life. People come into my office all the time. They're like, "Hey, what about this idea? You want to be part of this? You want to do this? What do you think? Advise me if anything, And then one of the trips I got Shark Tanked about getting an auto auction. I thought, well, that made a lot of sense because I've got relationships with all these car dealers. So I know that relationships don't get you the business. They get you what I call the golden look, an opportunity. And then you have to provide, you have to show up. You have to take care of them. You have to provide service. You have to make sure that they're making a good business decision. It's not just about friendship at that point, Nothing personal, just business, as they say, right? So I bought an auto auction, and then I used those relationships, cleaned it up, brought integrity to that particular one, fixed some of the problems that were there, and then I went out to all my car dealer friends and said, "Hey, try me. Give me a shot." There's a different feel to a business when it's a locally owned business versus a corporate entity. And locally owned, we're all about obviously being profitable, but having fun and enjoying it along the way. And having the owner right here in the business, we can make decisions and take care of things like that. When I bought it before and owned it, it took me about 3, maybe 4 auctions before I could understand what the guys were saying. It's pretty mesmerizing. You're sitting there just looking at them going, "What in the world are they saying?" People are, hands going up, But it's fun, it's exciting. But what happens physically is our sale barn, if you will, looks like a big garage with garage doors on either side of it. And those garage doors are open for sale, and the cars physically drive through. And as they drive through, they stop. And most guys have pre-inspected them on the lot. They've been here a day or two before and looking at cars. They know what they're going to bid on. And so you have an auctioneer, and he starts the auction, and he, like you said, and the high bid gets it, and the lady's right there. She prints out a form. They walk over and you sign it, and the car drives out. The next car drives in. I like doing new things in Tulsa. Tulsa's been very good to me and my family. And, it's exciting to, take this piece of property that's been sitting dormant since forever. and to turn it into an income producing and turn it into a beautiful business that's going to employ over 50 people, that's going to bring X number of dollars into the community. You know, this is going to be a regional auto auction. It's not just guys in Tulsa driving down from 11th Street to buy a car. We have guys flying in from Texas, Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, from all over to buy cars. And a lot of cars actually go through Tulsa on their way to other auctions. And we're gathering those up and we're going to sell them here in Tulsa. So, you know, it's going to be a little, you know, it's going to help Tulsa's economy. And that's what I love doing because I love Tulsa.
Wow, that is some fast-paced action at those auctions.
You're telling me. I sneezed once, bought 3 cars.
For now, Dr. Zollner's auto auction is only open for car dealers, but there are plans in the near future to have auctions available for the public.
That's right, Trish. So check out Z66AA.com to learn more.
Maybe you're not in the market for a car, but you have one that you'd like to give a makeover to.
My car could use a little nip and tuck here and there.
Then you're in luck, Stevie, because next up we meet the man behind Buck's Classic Cars when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
I'm carbon dating this carpet.
When you visit Video Revolution at 71st and Lewis, you won't find a bunch of money spent on fancy extras. That way Video Rev can pass huge savings to customers every day.
Like the Samsung 46-inch LED 1080p smart TV for only $649.
Or this Sony 55-inch 1080p LED with built-in Wi-Fi and 3D ready for only $14.99.
So bring in your dinosaur and trade up today.
Video Revolution located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
For a taste of Italy in Tulsa, may we recommend Ti Amo. For 20 years, Tulsa diners have come to Ti Amo for the very best in authentic Italian and Mediterranean dishes. With a dining room perfectly suited for single diners or groups and an incomparable menu, it's easy to see why Ti Amo has been voted best Italian restaurant in Tulsa. Ti Amo now with 2 locations, 61st and Sheridan, and our new downtown location on the northeast corner of 3rd and Cheyenne. Ti Amo, fine dining at an affordable price.
Hello, if you're a lover of great classic cars, then you'll be so happy you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
Oh yeah, they will, Trish, because our next guest, truly a great artist. Buck Heron's been taking cars apart, putting them back together again better than ever before for as long as he can remember.
And now he has a collection of classic cars that would make any enthusiast green with envy.
Yeah, and they probably wish they had a few of those cars too.
Let's check in with Buck and learn more about the passion that drives his desires.
I've always had an interest in classic cars and custom cars. I'm also an artist, but I never thought I could make any money with artwork, so I didn't do that. So what I did, so I got in the Marine Corps, I'd already was working on a couple of projects of my own, and people were able to see some of the work I had done, and it was apparently excelled what they expected. And I started getting people bring me cars to do, and then I had to buy or rent a place. I leased a place first, and I changed the name of my business a couple times only because the fact as I got bigger and things like that, I tried to make it sound better and make it more interesting for people. And so I've been doing it ever since I've got back from Vietnam. I couldn't get a regular job because I wanted to fly, but it didn't work out. The old cars are far better investments, I can tell you that. I've never had a car that I own personally and kept that I didn't make a profit on, a big profit. And that's probably the reason that the old car business has been so good for me and for my customers, because it's never going to go down. And they're always going to appreciate in value. It's like any antique. But the beauty of a classic car is that it will increase in value while you drive it. And it's about the only investment I know of you can drive around and enjoy. Okay, it's a 1969 SS or Super Sport Chevelle. They were probably sold for anywhere from $3,200 to, I doubt if they went over $4,000 then. Now they sell for $50,000, $60,000, $100,000, depends on what the car is. Many SSs or Super Sports are not really a Super Sport, they've been converted. Now this has been converted, it's a nice job. It's got a 454 in it. If it was a true SS of the year of that vintage, it'd be a 396 probably. Well, the art has always been with me. I was able to draw when I was a child, And so I've done artwork all the time. I was in grade school and elementary and high school. And as I said, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but when I was at Rogers, I had a chance to get a scholarship at TU, a partial scholarship to major in art. Well, as I said, I do not believe, I've been from the country, I don't know anybody ever made money with art, so I consequently didn't think I could make a living, so I never did pursue it. I went to TU for 2 years, but I did go to Northeastern and finish up, but I got a Bachelor of Science degree. I was going to either go to dental school, med school, or something of that nature before I was drafted to go to Vietnam. I prefer three-dimensional art because of the cars. I always like to look at things. I like to profile things, and you can see by looking at some of my art that I prefer to do humans, animals, and things of that nature. And most of the statues and things I'm doing now are human beings, and I like that the better. I mean the best, and it is so. I just get more satisfaction with it. Plus, I blank out when I'm doing it. I don't have to think about my other worries. I like Tulsa. I mean, I like Oklahoma. I don't like the winters. I don't like the summer, but the people are good here. I have good friends. I have people I enjoy to be with. I've been East Coast, West Coast, and I prefer this area probably over any other state. The only other state I'd think about going to would be Dallas or Texas, but I don't want to go to Texas. It's too hot there.
It's really amazing how they take an entire car apart and restore every little piece of it.
The crazy thing is that most of those cars back in the 60s and early 70s probably sold brand new for $3,000.
How much do they sell for now?
Oh, restored, most of them sell for at least $30,000. And if I would have only kept that 1970 Trans Am I had.
Isn't that one of the cars that they had a screaming chicken on it?
Well, it doesn't sound quite as cool and macho when you say it like that.
Sorry, didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Bandit. But if you have a muscle car that needs the works, visit bucksclassics.com.
All this hot rodding is making me hungry.
Ooh, good idea, Stevie. Let's hop in one of our classic cars and take a trip to Phat Phillies. Next, when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
Frustrated with your computer's performance? Looking to upgrade or repair the one you have? Arcade Computers at 5649 South Mingo in Tulsa has the solution. Arcade Computers sells new computers, used computers, and provides network installation and support. Keep your system running at its top performance. We offer the highest trade-in values and below market prices on late model desktop computers, laptops, network equipment, workstations, and monitors. Stop in or call us. Our expert technical staff will be glad to assist you.
At Video Revolution,
we've got today's 3D technology.
Smart TVs.
And I can help you pick the one that's
A larger size TV.
We handle it all here at Video Revolution.
Now people can get
a 90-inch TV.
Locally owned and operated.
Now coming up on a 30-year anniversary.
Customer service is our priority.
We have our own service center.
It just brings back enjoyment to watching TV. And now it's affordable for everybody.
And we sell fun stuff.
It's like toys for big kids.
Customers that come into Video Revolution are blown away.
The Royal Dragon at 51st and Memorial in the Fontana Shopping Center is celebrating their 35th anniversary, and you're invited. The Royal Dragon has been and still is Tulsa's tradition to meet family and friends for a wonderful meal. It's also home of the all-day buffet. A full menu is available if you prefer. When it comes to planning holiday events, weddings, receptions, birthdays, or an anniversary, the Royal Dragon has private rooms or you can use the entire restaurant.
Just as promised, it's time to fill our bellies, Explore Tulsa style.
Which means we found some good old Tulsa boys whipping up a mean Philly cheesesteak that we know you're gonna love.
Jason Smith's here to tell us all about the sandwich he proudly calls the Phat Philly.
Grew up in Tulsa my whole life. Just turned 40 last year. I always loved Philly cheesesteaks. Decided about 10 years ago I wanted to start making them around here. And there's just not a whole lot of good Philly cheesesteaks places here. If you go out east, they're everywhere. Well, I started out about 8 years ago downtown, and we were there for 5 years, and the building was too small, and there was just a lot going on, so I felt like I needed a little hand, a little help. So I got a couple partners, we got a bigger building, and here we are, firing it up. We've been looking at this building for a long time, but it just came available a year or two ago. And that's where the partners came involved. They jumped on it, had the money to buy it, did it, moved it on over. The old building only held like 30 seats, and this one's got about 90, so it tripled the size. Kitchen's way bigger. We did 125 catering orders today before we started lunch, so I mean, having the room to do all that stuff's nice. You got to use the right kind of steak, first of all. Well, people use different kinds. You can use ribeye, sirloin, or whatever, but mainly ribeye and sirloin are the best two steaks to use. We're a sirloin type person. Ribeye gets a little expensive. Plus, I did some research out on the East Coast, and you couldn't tell the difference between sirloin and ribeye really once they chopped it all up and mixed vegetables in with it. So it took a lot of research at the old building, but we figured it out. Putting love into it. A lot of Philly cheesesteak places don't put the love into it. They just hold the bun, slap cheese on one side, throw a little bit of meat in there, and maybe sprinkle some vegetables in. We put it on the grill, we blend it all together, so as we're blending it, it's smashing and combining together. So it comes out, if you like onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, and jalapenos, you're gonna have those in every bite. So we call it putting the love in it. We put the love in the Philly. Hopefully that's what makes ours good. It took a while to come up with the name. I mean, I knew it was going to have something to do with Philly or Phillies or cheesesteaks or something, and I just thought about it forever, and I always loved the old PH for the Phat sound. So, you know, you say Phat Phillies, it's not necessarily fat, but like fat. I've been here for 40 years. I definitely know a lot of people, but a lot of them are regular customers. We've been open, I guess it's almost a year now, and some people eat here 4 times a week. I tell them they might need to join the 918 Fitness across the street if they're gonna do that, but they like it. When you hear people say how much they enjoy it and how good it is, that makes you feel good, like you're doing something right. We're talking about opening another one. I'm not sure it'll be in Tulsa. We might head to the college towns, maybe Stillwater, Norman, places like that. See, I don't know. We're getting ready to sit down and have the numbers talk and see where we're at.
Oh my gosh, Trish. Those Philly cheesesteaks and chili cheese fries were so awesome.
And I bet you didn't save me any either.
Well, I tried, but the drive back from 13th and Peoria, I just couldn't help myself.
If you can't trust your co-host with food either, visit phatphillies.com to learn more about Jason's fabulous menus.
I tell you what, I'll make it up to you.
And how do you plan on doing that?
I'll let you have the sonogram when we visit Stork Vision next with more Explore Tulsa.
Since 1964, Guitar House of Tulsa is the player's choice. We provide excellent customer service and the best selection on guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, ukuleles, and amplifiers in Tulsa. Check out the latest products from PRS, Martin, Taylor, Spector, Charvel, Takamine, Alvarez, Mesa Boogie, Orange, and many more. Open Monday through Saturday. Ask about our string instrument repair, 0% interest financing, and private lessons with the best instructions in Tulsa. Guitar House of Tulsa. We'll keep you strumming along.
Have you noticed your vision seeming a little narrowed and blurry?
Then you may be suffering from SDTV.
Let the LED experts at Video Revolution help you see what you've been missing.
Like the Samsung 1080p 50-inch LED for only $749.
Or this Sony 60-inch 1080p LED for only $14.99.
Video Revolution at 71st and Lewis can help you find the perfect HD.
And 3D prescription to custom fit your home entertainment needs.
Hello and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa. Trish, do you know anyone that's expecting a baby?
Yeah, my best friend's sister is, and they were able to have the most amazing videos and pictures taken with the new technology available in sonography.
Babies do look pretty cute, all cuddled up in their mommy's wombs, you know. Probably the only time they won't be using a smart device.
Let's check in with our Lewis neighbors and see how smart technology is changing baby making at Stork Vision of Tulsa.
I grew up in Tahlequah, actually, and my husband grew up in Owasso, so we're kind of from this area. It's good to be back in this area. I got my bachelor's at OSU, and then I went to ultrasound school here in Tulsa, and I worked as an ultrasound tech or as a sonographer for 4 years in the hospital atmosphere. There's not a whole lot of room to have your family there, and when you're doing the ultrasounds, you can only usually take 2 people back, so you can't really have the whole family there and stuff. We decided to open our own business, and the OB ultrasounds is what I've always had a passion in. I love doing babies and stuff, so we decided to open our own business. It's amazing. I feel like I'm part of the family, everybody that comes in. And the big groups are a lot of fun for me. I just feel like I kind of fit in and I'm part of their family and stuff. But I'd say the ones that really have a feeling that it's a boy or a girl, like everybody thinks, oh, it's definitely a boy, and then I shock them and it's a girl, and everybody's just kind of mouth open, complete shock. Those are always fun.
I am almost 28 weeks, due April 29th with our first son. Brady. I'm definitely a planner and a person that likes to think ahead and be really prepared for everything. So knowing the gender was really important to us, and being able to decide on the name early was nice, and being able to set up the nursery and buy clothes and all those fun things.
When you see them for like a gender check, they're still pretty small. So you see the hands wiggling, but you can start to see an outline and a shape, and as they get a little older and a little bigger, you start to see facial characteristics, and you see maybe a broad forehead or ears that look like Aunt Mary's or something like that, and that's kind of fun.
So the 3D/4D, you can really see the baby's facial features and get more of who baby's gonna look like when they grow up, see the chubby cheeks, and whereas the black and white, just the regular 2D ultrasound, it's just more of a flat image where you can just see, the outline of the baby's face. So everybody wants to get that sneak peek of the baby before they arrive, so it's very, very popular right now. The technology, it's amazing. I mean, just seeing your baby in I think it's a really good bonding experience for especially the dads, because they can't feel all those little jabs and kicks and stuff.
It was very different back then. We took wild guesses as to what the gender might be, and they were always saying that if it was a little bit faster heartbeat, it was probably a girl. I have 2 daughters, and both of them had fast heartbeats, so that was a pretty good guess, but that's all we knew. And we didn't know until the baby came whether it was going to look like Uncle Harry or who it might look like.
A lot of people think that the baby will look like an alien on the 3D/4D. A lot of dads think that for some reason, but then they get in here and the tears start flowing, they see that little face for the first time, and it's just amazing to go through that with every single family, and everybody is just in amazement at how the technology, it's so clear. And we get people that send pictures after baby's born so we can do the comparison, and it's absolutely amazing how much the 3D pictures look like the baby's being born.
It'll bring tears to your eyes. First time you see a grandchild, it will definitely get your attention, and it's very emotional, a lot of fun. Nobody should miss it.
It was such an amazing experience being able to see him for the first time. It made it really real. There for a while you're like, yeah, I'm pregnant, that's great, but it just made it really a real experience, and it was so fun just being able to see his little face on the screen.
Those babies look like little adorable aliens.
Stevie, how can you say that? All babies are wonderful and beautiful.
Well, until their 13th birthday, then they become little monsters gnawing on your checkbook.
Don't listen to him. Enjoy your pregnancy and visit storkvision.com to learn how you can get to know your baby with a 4D sonogram.
And stick around because there's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Envision Media Group has teamed up with Video Revolution, Tulsa's leader in electronic sales, service, installation, and repair, to offer the latest advances in video production technology to the Tulsa area. From multi-camera HD production to live web streaming and TV studio production, Envision Media Group provides production services to television stations, sports organizations, corporations, and agencies. Envision Media Group's team of professionals has over 50 years of combined broadcast television experience, and thanks to Video Revolution, we now have all the latest toys and capabilities at our fingertips to produce your next project on time and on budget. Envision Media Group and Video Revolution are a powerful team and ready to tackle any video project needs you might have. For more information, visit us online at envisionmediagroup.com. Envision the possibilities. Looking for a new home entertainment experience? Well, hi, and welcome to Video Revolution, Tulsa's best in cutting-edge electronics. Professional, highly trained home entertainment experts. Video Revolution's been serving Tulsans for over 25 years with name brands like Sony, Clips, Definitive Technology, Samsung, and so many more. Great selection, price match guarantee, custom installation, expert assistance equals home entertainment success. See for yourself. The Video Revolution showroom features the largest selection of flat panel TVs in all of Oklahoma. Plus the latest in 3D entertainment. Highly trained home entertainment experts on hand. Professional delivery, installation, and service after the sale. And the best selection of name brands. Visit us online at videorevolution.com and find out more about everything we have to offer. Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hey Trish, it's time to play ball, and that means that the season is underway for our Tulsa Drillers. So next week we're going to stop in at One Oak Field and see what we can expect when we take in a Drillers game this year.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but special thanks to Dr. Robert Zollner for showing us around his new Z66 Auto Auction.
Thanks too to Buck Heron for sharing his classic cars and artwork with us, and thanks to Jason Smith for giving us our fill at Phat Phillies. Them are some good eats.
Plus thanks to Jamie and Aaron at Stork Vision of Tulsa for making the parenting process even that much more fun.
Remember, if you missed any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsachannel.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about. Plus remember, Explore Tulsa is always brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
If you're looking for home audio, home video, HD TVs,
or you want to learn how to make your iPhone, iPad, or other smart device run your entire entertainment system,
please stop by and say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs. And we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.